Here we go. Okay. Whoa. We're live. Yes. We're alive. Oh, yes. As far as I know. Alright, before we get started, if you guys want to come up close as you can, come up as close as you can, feel free to take a few steps forward.
We're not filled up. Not yet.
Yes. And if there's anybody outside, come on inside. Because we are ready to rock and roll up in this motherfucker here in Butler, New Jersey. Last time we played it was like almost 4 years ago, but that was a completely different lineup, but here we are right now. With that being said, we are Derailment, and we come from a beautiful small little town called Metuchen, New Jersey.
We're gonna touch you.
Oh, please, So back in March we put out an album entitled Ring Bells Swing with Velocity, and this is on it. And we'll see how many other songs in this group of songs we're about to play. First, this is Unwanted, and it goes something a little bit like this. No.
understanding black
But anyways, before I introduce this next song, it was written by Mr. Eric Manson on the guitar. It's off the new album. And speaking of, let's all wish Eric a very happy 27th birthday today!
I'm gonna die this year. I'm gonna be sick.
Anyways, what do you want to say about this song since you wrote it?
Man, there's a lot about that. I think what it really sums down to, this song is about really loving Black Rock Vanguard. And I think Nana should go in a nursing home so they can take over my family estate. Because they want it all. One lump sum.
Thank you. Yes.
Just don't get too soft, though.
Yeah, so what we did in the middle, right after one-up song, that was a separate song, and plus the song that was after that. Those two songs that we just played, those are all for our debut album, the other thing about is for merch. So we got CDs and t-shirts and stickers at the merch table up front. You're more than welcome to come hang out and check out our merchandise.
Who said that?
And I would also like to introduce you to our drummer for our little summer run that we got, Mr. Anthony Ho! Yes. We're doing a good job, singing our asses and all that good shit. But yeah, let me tell you a little something. So, tomorrow we're going to be playing Long Island, most simply Bethpage, New York, as part of our little summer run. And then we're going to be playing Brooklyn at Lucky 14 Thursday next week, if you guys want to hang out. But the thing that I hate about driving into the greater Brooklyn area is the fucking traffic. I was driving home from Brooklyn last night. I went to see American football at the Brooklyn Paramount, awesome show. It took me fucking 2 hours to get home because the upper level was closed on the Arizona and the lower level was back up to the fucking ground. It made me so impatient. It made me turn into a fucking speedball.
That's funny, that leads into this next song.
we go.
Shout out to the next man after us, Garcia! Come on, everybody else, Garcia! And finally, we got the closing act of the night, Joe Grizzly! I just want to shout out these Skylines are going to make it here tonight. That's unfortunate what happened to them, but hopefully they come back to New Jersey soon. Thank you to everyone at the Sanctuary for letting us have this show. We're having a good time so far. It's getting fucking hot up here, so take off all your clothes. I'm getting so hot, I want to take my clothes off. So all the other bands, be ready for that.
Just don't take your clothes off again, Ernie. Not this time.
Hey, listen, when we were last time, there were no rules. I'm sure this place got rules. I ain't stripping.
Trying to keep it peaceful.
We'll keep it G-rated. We'll keep it G-rated, I promise you that. But anyways, we got a couple more for you. This is gonna be some heavy shit. This is all off the new album, on the CD. This is Hard Happy. It's gonna be a great move around the dance.
again, we're going to cut through these days.
We did. We still are doing it.
Like I said, we got a show present next week in Brooklyn, and if you can't make it, we're playing at Olives in New York, August 8th. Hopefully we get some more shows later this fall. Stick around for those here, stick around for Joe Grizzly. Good night. And come hang out in the Speedball afterwards. We'll see you there.
Smell us.
Find us on